Okay, I believe we're live. So happy Tuesday, everyone, and happy British Science Week. It is the second day of our Facebook Live events, and we are delighted to be joined by Kris Sum from TechExeter today. Hi, Kris.
Hi, how are you doing?
Very good, thank you. It's really kind of you to join us. And basically, the point of this discussion is just going to be a kind of, a bit of a chat about the work that you're doing and the kind of tech landscape in the Southwest. Because this week we're doing science, technology, engineering, art, maths, and medicine on each day. And today is Tech Tuesday, so it's wonderful to be able to chat to you about it. So maybe if we just start quickly, perhaps you can kind of introduce yourself and what you're working on.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Kris Sum. I run this thing called TechExeter. Well, it's not just me. There's two other TechExeter leaders, Catherine and Jacob, and we've also got a sister community called Digital Exeter, run by Sarah and Philippa. So I'm the nominated person for today. So there's a big old leadership team. But yeah, TechExeter basically is a community that exists to champion the best in tech and digital across the region, across the greater Exeter area, really. We do it by running meetups and events, loads of outreach activities where we can, working with Exeter City Council, Exeter College, University, Met Office, people like that. We run an annual tech conference with amazing local and international speakers, and we basically get our fingers in any tech pies wherever we can find them, really.
Brilliant. And so you don't just work in TechExeter, you kind of do, you have a job as well. And
oh, yes,
tell us a little bit about what you do there.
Yeah, TechExeter doesn't pay the bills. So, my day job is I'm a software developer consultant. So it's my own company. We've been around for 15 years now, or something like that. Yeah, so I started off as a sole trader, did that for a couple of years, working out of my bedroom, and then decided to grow the company. And yeah, now we've got an actual proper business, as it were. And we do works with all sorts of people, but basically we just try and help people solve problems, and tech and software is sort of where we sort of fit in that solution space.
Cool. And you're based at Collider Studios as well, where we're both kind of residents.
Yeah, it's an amazing building. I remember when it used to be an art space, but yeah, moving in here is really good because then we've got all the resident artists in the building, like film studios and lots of other sort of different industries. And I'm here as a tech person, and like being able to speak and just like have coffee chats at lunch with different people is amazing. Just the amount of crossover and cool ideas and projects that we get involved with is really good. So yeah, really like working at Collider.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've only been a resident for, I suppose, a year now or something, but it's just so cool. Like everyone's really interesting, and I suppose this is kind of what we're trying to create with the Science Centre. I mean, so just to fill in for anyone who hasn't heard of Collider, they're this amazing organisation that kind of creates installations and kind of artistic, amazing events. And basically they have what's called a residence program where people can use their office space and kind of take part in their activities. And for me, it's just been absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's like I really enjoy the fact that it isn't just artists and creatives. It's, we're allowed in too as kind of techie and sciencey people. And that leads to really exciting collaborations and conversations.
Yeah. They even flew me out to Italy a couple of years ago to work on a VR project with them, and that was really cool.
Oh, so cool. Is this the
Dancing Shadows?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Which you can, if you YouTube or Google Dancing Shadows, I'm sure it will come up.
Yeah, we'll probably put something in the comments here as well. And just to add, if anyone is watching and would like to ask Kris a question, please do post that in the comments. So we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, we'll just kind of address those when they come up. So okay, let's I wrote down some questions before just to kind of keep it structured. But basically, I suppose you've kind of explained what TechExeter does, and so connecting the tech community. It's based in Exeter, or are you kind of working with the Southwest?
It's based in Exeter. I live in Exeter. I grew up here. My company's here. all of my like business contacts and our clients are here and also across the UK. But here's sort of where my heart is really. But yeah, we obviously, as a community and a tech community in the Southwest, we talk to all the other communities, so like Digital Plymouth, Software Cornwall, Digital North Devon, Digital Taunton, Somerset, and there's sort of like an overall sort of umbrella sort of organisation called Tech Southwest, and they also involve lots of the communities as well. So we are Exeter based, but we keep abreast of like what else is happening on in the region, and we try and help each other out wherever we can. So, but selfishly, my interest is Exeter.
But it's great that kind of we have a bit of a hub, really, I suppose, for tech in Exeter and also the Southwest. So it's brilliant that you're kind of part of all these other tech organisations across the Southwest. I suppose it would be useful to kind of define and explore what tech encompasses, because we kind of use tech and think of computers and phones and stuff. But how would you describe it?
Well, I mean, tech is so pervasive in our lives. Every different industry has some sort of technology involved. Obviously, like you said, there's tech like computers and mobile phones and the internet and stuff like that. But there's music, there's gaming, there's like industry, there's engineering, there's all sorts. So, like I said, I run a tech consultancy firm. We've worked with farmers, we've worked with Cornish seafood companies. Then you like traditional sort of techie work with like solicitors or financial advisors. But working with Collider, we've done projects with creative artists, animal research, animal welfare researchers. So that's the one thing I love about my job, really, is that every day it's something different. Everyone has different problems or want to do something slightly different or slightly crazy, and it's like, yes, I can help them do those things. So it's pretty cool.
That's really exciting. I suppose, yeah, it's not necessarily just the kind of tech we encounter every day. It's just solving problems in society through using using algorithms, software, and maybe even machine learning and things. I suppose the machine learning side of things has expanded quite a lot recently. Is that
it's quite
your interest? Or?
It's very interesting. It's still quite in its infancy in the ways that it can build machine learning models. There have been some amazing like advances in the past couple of years, but still you have a lot of issues with bias in the way these machine learning models are built. So there's a lot of problems with like male female bias and also racial bias and things like that. So machine learning can be a really powerful tool, but you have to be very, very careful in how you build it. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting area to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose because they train it by looking at the internet, which already has its own biases and things built in.
Yeah, I remember Microsoft trained a chatbot, and they trained it on Twitter and all the Twitter public messages, which was a bad idea. They had to take that offline after a couple of hours.
Gosh, no way. Yeah, I suppose tech in the wrong hands is quite dangerous. Although I think machine learning and kind of AI is quite exciting, but as you say, early days, and hopefully we'll find something exciting comes out of it.
Very exciting. They can be used in really, really creative ways, and like AI can be used as a creative tool as well. You've got lots of AI genetic algorithms that are producing art that looks like other pieces of art and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think there's a Google Arts app or something where you can convert your picture to be like Van Gogh and things. It's brilliant.
Yeah, this is like the adversarial networks where they pitch two sort of AI things against each other and say, I'm really good at detecting Van Goghs. And then you give it another AI thing, which is, I'm going to try and create a Van Gogh. And you basically get them competing against each other until this thing, which thinks it's good at creating Van Goghs, can actually fool the other thing. So that's how those networks work. I think they're called generative adversarial networks. But yeah, they're really interesting.
Something we were kind of toying with the idea of, at the science centres, if we could have a live demo of something like that, where you can actually watch the robots fighting each other effectively. Not quite like Robot Wars, but kind of like, understanding how the AI is learning and improving, and maybe it's competing with a different one, or competing with the participants, the visitors. That could be quite exciting as well. Maybe things like Pong and games that they can play.
Yeah, absolutely. You have these networks which are basically being taught to get better through gaming, so they'll get points or rewards the better at a particular task that they're given. So yeah, gaming is inherently sort of linked to how these systems work.
Awesome, great. Maybe we can have some kind of project at the Science Centre where it's actually useful and fun to play with. So I suppose it's just kind of getting back to TechExeter and the awesome things that you're doing. So how can the public actually interact with your activities? Are the events that you run, are they for the public and for everyone?
Yeah, absolutely for the public. Obviously, current climate, we haven't been running much in the past year or so. We've got a pretty strong following on meetup.com if you search for TechExeter there. I guess Twitter and our website are probably the best ways to find us. So we're at TechExeter, all one word, on Twitter. And we're techexeter.uk as our website, which we've just, there you go.
Just put it as a banner.
Just given it a redesign, our second design in 10 years. So it's like when you have a mechanic that's got a really rubbish car for themselves. Our website was a bit like that. So we've just given it a bit of a makeover recently.
Great. Yeah, it's looking nice actually. Now you've updated it.
Yeah, so yeah, you'll find us running all sorts of events. We tend to do meetups, which are basically free events for people to give like a series of lightning talks. So normally we'd meet up in the evening, probably at Exeter Phoenix, have 3 lightning talks by some local speakers. They each last like 10-15 minutes each, and then there's time for Q&A and discussions and socializing afterwards. So we normally do that on a monthly basis. We also try and get involved with any educational outreach activities that are happening. So there are things like the Big Bang Fair, which happened a couple of years ago out at West Point Arena. Sadly, it was cancelled last year, and it's probably going to be the same again this year. But when that's back again, we'll be back out and evangelizing about tech and science and things.
Awesome.
We even ran like a gaming festival back in 2019. Yeah, I think so. Where we took over Exeter Phoenix for, I think, one of the days at the weekend, and filled it with retro games, theatre performances that were all about games and things like that, VR experiences. Yeah, it was an amazing day.
Yeah, I actually had a go at that. It was really good fun, especially to have a go on the old games that you haven't played on for kind of 20 years or so. That was brilliant. Yeah, we need more of those. Are you going to do that again, or is that just a one-off?
Yeah, I mean, we had plans to do it last year, which we had to cancel, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The idea was to create a load of pop-up installations all across Exeter, and they were all sort of linked together through our website, and basically you had to go to each sort of site and play games, and you could compete and win a score and stuff like that. But yeah, unfortunately, we had to cancel that. So maybe 2022, I think we'll try and bring that back.
Look forward to it. So I don't want to keep you too long, and everyone else is probably thinking on. we had a very long conversation yesterday, but, but I'm really enjoying chatting with you. I guess just to kind of round off, then I was wondering, like, we think tech is really exciting, and as we've kind of alluded to, there's a really exciting tech community in the Southwest, and I suppose, how would you say that the Southwest is amazing for tech? What should people know about?
This is always a really tricky question to answer, because obviously you've got the amazing university here, and you've got the Met Office, and several like large law firms and a few larger employers, but a lot of the Southwest and a lot of people in Exeter are basically small businesses, and they're doing amazing things by themselves, and we don't get to hear about them because they're a small business and they don't shout about it. So like there's companies doing like geospatial data analysis, cutting edge climate research, games development, all sorts. and we just don't get to hear about them. So I think that's one thing that we're not very good at in the tech sector, is sort of telling other people about what we do, because we just think, oh, it's just tech stuff, and it just gets the job done. So I think, yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff. TechSouth run an annual award ceremony, which I think is definitely helping in the sort of shouting about what we do as a community. So yeah, I guess we just need to get better at telling other people what we do and why we're amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I suppose the kind of, TechExeter and Tech Southwest kind of communities will hopefully be encouraging that. And of course, when we're around, we have a science centre. Fingers crossed, we'll have a great big building that people can come and engage with us on a daily basis.
I'll definitely be there. And like, if you're sitting there at home now or at work, thinking that you've got an idea for something, and you have no technical background, or you need some sort of technical specialism that you don't currently have, then just reach out to us. We've got a Slack channel. We've got a contact form on our website. Hit us up on our Twitter. We've got an amazingly generous community, I think, because I think that's one thing that's pretty common across people who work in software generally, and also the tech communities. We like to share our knowledge. We like to get involved with things. We've always got like side projects. So I've got a gazillion side projects. But yeah, we're always interested in new things and helping other people out. So if you even have like an inkling of an idea, but you aren't quite sure where to start, then yeah, just reach out and ask us about it.
Brilliant. Oh, it's great to hear. I really love that whole kind of open source, let's help each other kind of approach. And I think that's for me is the really exciting aspect of STEM and STEAM and what people are doing to kind of help each other and do good things in society. I think that's
Absolutely.
really.
I mean, if it's good enough for NASA to send open source stuff to Mars, then it's good enough for us.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Well, it's been so great to speak to you, Kris. Really appreciate your time. And thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. And we'll be back with more live Facebook Live sessions this week. So keep an eye out for that. And thanks, guys, for your comments. Callum's very kindly posted our Dancing Shadows collider that we were talking about at the start here. And Marcus from Fab Lab says hello. So hi, Marcus. And thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.